Hello everybody and welcome to the Shop LC Kitchen. My name is Becky Booker and I'm going to introduce you to the Homesmart combination pressure cooker and air fryer. That's right, two distinctly different features all built into one amazing small footprint on your kitchen countertop. In the last few years, pressure cooking has experienced a wonderful resurgence. And of course, we all know the power of air frying, where you can have your favorite fried foods with little or no oil. This combo does it all. And in true Shop LC style, we're going to take a tour through this. And then, stay tuned, I'm going to show you how to make some of your favorites in less time than you ever thought imaginable. First of all, to open the pressure cooker top, you simply turn to the top. You'll hear a little door chime. You'll know it's open. And when you take a look at the pressure cooker, this is a very important part of it. This is your pressure seal ring. There's another pressure cooker feature here, which is your steam nozzle. When you've got a full head of steam in this and it's doing exactly what it should do, this nozzle will puff up because of the pressure in the unit, and it'll stand up straight and it will lock all that steam. That steam inside of your pressure cooker is going to do all sorts of things, whether you want to cook a really juicy pot roast, or you want to make mouth-watering ribs where the bone just falls off, or maybe you want to experiment with some of your favorite desserts. You can use some of the inserts and smaller cake pans to actually bake some of your favorite desserts as well. So to engage this, I'm going to put it on. You lock it into place. Once you lock it into place, you're going to make sure that the steam valve in the back is fully closed. So you'll see a spot that says steam open and closed. When you close that valve, then the pressure cooker will take a little bit of time to warm up to temperature. The steam lock will engage, and that's when the magic begins. You've got a full control panel on the front, which has a lot of really great preset features. You've got some of the standard features: meat and stew, beans and chili, soup, broth. How many of you are making your own bone broth these days? A 12-minute rice cycle will allow you to cook a pot of rice in seriously just no time, but other great features as well. Now, if you're following a specific recipe and you want to pressure cook for a particular amount of time, you can actually customize the pressure setting, low, medium, or high. You can also drive this with the temperature control and the timer control. You've got a keep warm function, and right over here, you're going to notice that you actually have a slow cook option as well. So this one amazing appliance will take the place of an air fryer, a pressure cooker, and a slow cooker. And with the inserts and the smaller baking pans, it will actually serve as a little bit of a smaller convection style oven as well. Air fryers are very popular today. This one is very heavy duty. This is not a lightweight utensil, my friends. This is serious, serious hot air. The unit will heat up. It will circulate hot air convection style throughout the entire unit, and you'll be able to create your favorite freezer to table or custom-made snacks or crispy, crunchy treats in little or no time. You're going to notice that you also have the fryer basket, which will sit on top of the trivet, which allows the hot air to circulate completely around every single item that you're cooking or baking when you're using the air fryer feature. To use the slow cooker version, you're simply going to put on your pressure cook lid. The slow cooker version, you'll just hit the button for slow cooker. It will automatically default to a 4-hour mode, and you can adjust that up or down for time. So if you want to cook something a little bit longer, you're going to be away from home, or 4 hours is enough, you're done. So this is really a set it and forget it, very quick way to cook some of your favorite treats. Hey everybody, welcome back to the Shop LC Kitchen. I'm going to show you how to make the fastest pot of chili in the world. When temperatures get a little cold, or when you've got folks coming over, you need to feed a crowd, or maybe it's your house game day, and what are you going to feed everybody? Chili is a great all-purpose meal. You can eat a bowl of chili just like it is. You can serve it up with crackers, your favorite saltines, make a pan of cornbread, have a biscuit, make a grilled cheese sandwich, fill a baked potato, throw it on top of hot dogs for a great chili dog, or just sit back and have a bowl of chili. Now, being from Texas, I'm not going to get into the whole bean argument. We're going to make just chili today. If you want to add beans, just do that. I actually do add beans to my chili. I take a can of my favorite beans right off the grocery store shelf. I drain them, I rinse them, I throw them right in the pot, and nobody ever knows the difference. So in order to get you started, what we're going to do is we're going to select the saute feature, turn it on, and we're going to hit start. Now I'm going to give just a little tiny spritz of oil in the pan. And by the way, this is way more convenient than trying to measure. You just spritz what you want. It's a very light coating. The interior is non-stick. I'm going to start out with 2 pounds of meat. One is a pound of ground sirloin, and the other is a pound of my favorite breakfast sausage. I like the beef and pork combo. I'm going to loosen this up just a little bit. And as this begins to heat up, you'll actually hear it sizzle. Now, this is the point where most recipes will say throw in a cup of chopped peppers and throw in a cup of chopped onions. But you know what? We don't have time for that. We got people coming over and we need to get this done. So I'm going to substitute instead 2 teaspoons of onion powder. So onion powder instead of onion salt. Onion powder means that I don't have to add any extra salt. And I'm going to add a pre-packaged seasoning mix as well. So towards the end of this, right before I serve it, I'll go back, double check, and adjust for salt. 1 teaspoon is equivalent to about 1 chopped onion. And of course, you can adjust any of these spices to your own particular seasoning, your own preference. In goes a packet of my favorite ready-to-go seasoning mix. Let your taste buds be the judge. I'm going to mix it all up. I can feel that interior lining getting hot. And the cool thing about the instant cooking method here, it seems almost instant. The cool thing about this is you really can skip a lot of the steps. You can really skip a lot of the browning, the prepping, the slicing, and the dicing, and really just go ahead and put it all together. So as this starts to heat up, you'll feel the heat. It's a very gradual heat, but once it gets hot, it is all there. Now, when it comes to tomatoes, tomatoes are another thing where people have a little bit of a different, some people say no tomatoes, some people say whatever, tomatoes. I'm going to tell you how I make it. For each pound of meat, I add a jar of salsa. And why am I using salsa instead of tomato sauce? Well, salsa has those extra peppers, those tomatoes, those onions in there that are going to cook up and caramelize just a little bit right inside the pot and make this super, super delicious. So again, everything that I add, I'm just going to mix it up a little bit. Still not cooking yet, still just heating it up. I'm going to add another jar of salsa, 1 pound for each pound of meat. And then I'm going to add, I like a little ketchup because some recipes will call for a little bit of sugar for sweetness. So I'm just going to add a little bit of ketchup. I get a little bit of extra tomato flavor. That's about 2 tablespoons, but I get just a tiny little bit of sweetness in there. Last but not least, I'm going to scoop in, for a little extra beef flavor, 2 tablespoons of my favorite beef bouillon. And I don't want a lot of moisture in here. The meat is going to cook down and release a lot of that moisture, so I don't have to add a lot of beef stock. I'll add just a tiny bit of water here in just a little bit, but for the most part, this will be ready to go. All right, everything's in there on saute. All my ingredients are nice and warm. I wound up adding about 1.5 cups of water. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back and hit cancel. I'm going to add the lid. I'm going to make sure it's locked into place. And I'm going to hit the chili button. This machine is designed, it assumes that you are not using pre-cooked beans. So it allows for 30 minutes to cook the beans. In this case, we don't need 30 minutes. We just need 18 minutes. So we're going to hit the chili button. We're going to scroll back down to 18 minutes and we're going to hit start. And that's it. I'll see you in about 30 minutes with a piping hot bowl of delicious homemade chili. Okay, everybody, it's time to unveil our chili. Here we go. First thing we're gonna do is cover the steam vent with a towel. This helps control the steam and you don't get so much splatter. Now I'm gonna take a little spoon, actually you could use your finger, and I'm simply just gonna release the steam valve. This has actually been cooling on the side for just a few minutes while we prepared a few other dishes. So once the steam is all released, and by the way, if you release this in the middle of your kitchen, that's great. You don't want to do it underneath your countertops because the steam will collect underneath there and it could be damaging to your countertops. So put this out in the open and let it go. Oh my gosh, this smells good already. All right, once the steam is done, once the steam is released, you'll know it's okay to open the pot when the little pin goes back down. That tells you that all the steam on the inside has been released. You're simply going to turn the pot open. Be careful with the steam. Oh. There'll be moisture that collects on the inside, so set this aside. I like to set it with the lid up, and whoa, are you ready for chili? This took a total of about 30 minutes start to finish, and you're more than welcome to add your own beans. This is a pretty liquid chili. I don't like mine too super dry, but if you wanted to cook some of the moisture out, you just take the lid off, hit the saute button, and some of that moisture will reduce down and your chili will thicken up. So what do you think, guys? All right, I'm gonna put a little slice of avocado or two on top of mine. A little bit of sour cream. And I'm ready. Now, let me just tell you this before we get out of here. I forgot one thing. That's got to cool anyway. If you want to serve this on the table, you could easily just lift this out, but I wouldn't recommend it because it's hot and it's heavy. So we have a gorgeous enameled cast iron Dutch oven, which will be the perfect serving pot. You could put this on your table. We've got the trivets as well online at shoplc.com. Beautiful fabric, nicely finished on the back, non-slip, so they're going to protect your surfaces. But serve it up in this gorgeous cast iron piece because this will hold in all the heat while you pass it around the table. All right, that's a wrap. Thank you for stopping by the Shop LC Kitchen, and let me know your favorite chili recipe.